Ontario's manufacturing sector attracted more than $100 million in venture capital investment last year, but data shows that momentum in manufacturing AI adoption has dropped in recent years. B3 Systems is among some of Canada's AI companies looking to reverse that drop. And here to talk about AI in Canada's manufacturing sector is Chris Graham in studio. Thanks so much for joining us. It's good to have you.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me in person.
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. So let's talk about this drop in AI manufacturing. What's kind of behind the drop, first of all, before we talk about how you're going to help fix it?
Absolutely. That's a great question. So I guess what we saw over the last year and a half, 2 years is AI sort of went mainstream. We saw a lot of companies getting excited about AI and recognizing that AI was going to be an important part of the future. So they started to do different AI-related things. And I guess what I mean by that is jumping into it and trying some POCs, or what we call proof of concepts. I think after several months of trying to do that, they didn't start to see the value that AI was providing them. So they sort of stepped back away from that a little bit. And what we started to hear firsthand is they started to reach out to us and say, you know, we like what AI can do for our industry, but we're starting to recognize to get the value out of it, we should talk to some experts in the field. And that's where they started to reach out to us and ask how we could help them.
How can you help them? I mean, because I was wondering as you were talking, like, does it just take a while to see the benefits of using AI and maybe companies aren't patient, or is there something that you can do to actually help?
Yeah, so we live and breathe AI. We live and breathe the manufacturing industry. We actually started doing data science, meaning AI and machine learning, back in 2017. That's when we started to get excited about it. Wow. And we can help them by, you can think of B3 as an AI-first platform. And we have a set of digital coworkers that can work alongside the folks on the shop floor and the people with management. And these digital coworkers are directly plugged into the machines. They're reading data in real time, huge, vast amounts of raw data from the machines. They understand their business, what metrics are important to them, and they're monitoring these metrics. And what they're doing is they're helping identify opportunities for them to perform better as they're running shift or their production day. They're helping them achieve their targets by making recommendations. They're also making suggestions when they start to see issues that could possibly happen. And make recommendations how they can prevent issues from happening. And that include unforeseen downtime events and help them plan maintenance ahead of schedule so they don't have large unplanned downtime events, which is very costly in the manufacturing industry.
Because it can be hard, I guess, you know, as all these companies in the world starts to integrate AI into everyday life and into businesses, it can be hard to understand exactly what it can do to help you out and how to use it in the best way.
Absolutely, right? Yeah. So that's where we've geared our platform to be intuitive for them to be able to use it on the shop floor. And these digital coworkers or AI agents, they're highly trained in the field of manufacturing. And that would include quality control, downtime, maintenance, analytics. And they'll be monitoring all these parameters at a pace that no human can possibly monitor all these. And they do it 24/7. They don't sleep. And they're running all the time, and they're collaborating with each other. And as they're collaborating and working for the manufacturing plant, they're making recommendations to the coworkers. They're making recommendations to the people on the shop floor, and them getting this information in real time greatly enhances their day-to-day activities.
Is that who Barry is? Who is Barry?
That's a great question. Is that
what you're talking about?
Yes. Yeah, so Barry is...
Which is B3RRY.
That's right. Yeah. So Barry, you can think of Barry as sort of the main agent. He's the main orchestrator. Okay. He has a team, just like a manufacturing environment would have a team of managers working in different departments. He's the main orchestrator of several different AI agents that are, again, trained in those specialized roles in manufacturing. And he'll be taking this information and understanding what they're saying in terms of maintenance, downtime, QC, and other stuff like that. And discerning that information and making recommendations back to the people on the shop floor and within the manufacturing plant.
Interesting. There's so much talk, or there was in 2025, about an AI bubble and whether we're in an AI bubble. I'm not sure what you think about that. Like, do you believe we're in an AI bubble at the moment?
I would say we're in the early stages of AI. I would say that there's lots of opportunities for AI to continue to help and continue to expand. There's lots of examples that we're seeing that we're doing with our customers. On top of what I already described, our agents and Barry do with our customers are asking if we can send signals back to the machines to maybe slow them down or change or recalibrate them so they can run longer uninterrupted and perform better. So we're doing a lot of that, and we see more of that happening in the future.
Is there more, just before I let you go, we're almost done, but is there more challenges that Canada has compared to like the US, for example, in terms of supporting tech companies and helping to build AI and AI like data centers and all the infrastructure that's needed, do you think?
That is a great question. So I would say Canada has a huge amount of talent, really smart talent, great universities, and lots of great AI is happening in Canada. As an example, the Vector Institute in Canada is an institute that we've collaborated closely with over the last few years. And we've been working closely with them to help build out our models and tune our agents so they can perform to the best for manufacturers. I would say versus the US, US might be quicker to make some and try some things quicker than Canadians, but I think Canadians are taking the right approach and they'll get the best quality and value out of AI in the long term.
Okay, so much exciting stuff ahead. Appreciate you coming in. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
That was Chris Graham, CEO of B3 Systems.